This is where I go TCU, North Carolina. Now, I'm putting that above Utah playing a Big Ten team, but I'm putting that above it because, much like Farmageddon, you know that the eyeballs are going to be out. You know that the eyeballs are going to be out watching this one because everybody is morbidly curious about what Bill Belichick is going to look like at North Carolina. I mean, myself included. Like, I am very, very intrigued by what Belichick will actually look like in a college setting. And this is very, very similar to TCU playing Colorado 2 years ago, right? When they got the Deion debut. That was a game that TCU lost. This is a chance to flip the script on that. And I also think it's just TCU is a team that needs to prove something here. Like last year, the disastrous non-conference that included the SMU walloping really put them behind the 8 ball, and nobody was paying attention to TCU, even though they played really good ball down the stretch last year. And Josh Hoover put together statistically one of the most impressive seasons we've seen from a quarterback recently in the Big 12. Well, now's your time to go show everybody like we should be a force to be reckoned with and taken seriously in the Big 12 this year. Opportunity for TCU to do that. And you're not going to get a game like this with this many people watching Labor Day, ESPN at night. You will not get those types of viewership numbers very often as the Big 12. So you want to win. You want to win that game. I think TCU will. Like that, I don't know. Maybe I am too dismissive of Bill Belichick because some of the circus that surrounds him these days, which what a crazy thing to say that you would have never thought about saying like 10 years ago. But I don't know, man. I feel like there's a chance that thing goes way south, and I'm hopeful that TCU will be the first one to flip the domino on that. Colorado. Speaking of Deion and Colorado, and for some people, they would say circus. I would not say total circus. I seem to be more respectful of Deion than probably the average fan or the average person out there, but I did still, and last year I picked them to win 6 or 7 games. They won 9. This year I would pick Colorado to win 6 or 7 games. Are they going to win 9? Is it going to be that type of a year? And, a lot of this discussion with the Big 12, its place in the world comes down to we, try and fight and gnash our teeth against the Big 10 and the SEC. But there is also this comp that always goes against the ACC. Okay? The ACC. Are you better than the ACC? And that, I think, especially with the ACC kind of locking down its biggest brands, it would appear, at least for the next few years, with the settlement, more people have just kind of resigned to, like, yeah, well, of course, the ACC is better than the Big 12. You saw it in how the two leagues were treated in the playoff discussion last year, for sure. The Big 12 did not get a whole lot of respect there relative to like a Miami. And then SMU obviously made the playoff. 2 teams get in from the ACC. They had 3 that were heavily in consideration. Go knock out one of the top dogs in the ACC this year. Georgia Tech was picked 4th in the ACC preseason poll. They got a couple of first place votes. So when I say like dark horse, people really think highly of them. Haynes King was a top 25 quarterback, according to CBS Sports in the list that they just dropped today. Didn't see Caden Salter from Colorado on that. Didn't see Juju Lewis either. Caden Salter's got a chance to go outplay Haynes King and make a big statement. Brent Key is one of the real hot names in the coaching profession as well right now from what he did for Georgia Tech last year, especially. And guess what? That started with one of these high leverage opportunities in front of a ton of people. Like the Georgia Tech hype last year started when they beat Florida State to start the season in Ireland. So you got to flip the script on them here. If you're Colorado, got to flip the script on them. If Colorado, a team who we have no official Big 12 poll this year, right? But in at least the straw poll that was done by Gambling Gauchos of media members, Colorado was like 10 or 11. And I think it feels to me like that's about where I've seen them from a lot of places, maybe as high as like 7 or 8, but thought of as being kind of a mid-bottom half of the Big 12 team this year. If Colorado can jump up and beat the team that was given a couple first place votes in the ACC, let's ride. Let's ride. College football season is here, guys, and that means we all need to find good deals on tickets, all right? And the best place to do that is SeatGeek. Have to give a huge shout out to SeatGeek, the sponsor of today's video. With over 28 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app There are over 70,000 events listed on SeatGeek. So obviously college football is covered, but if you're a music guy like me, it's perfect for concerts. I'm buying a ton of concert tickets this fall. And I tell you what, I have my eye on those Holy War tickets for BYU and Utah coming up as well. And man, all you got to do is open up the app. It's perfect. You can go check what's going on here, find the green dots in the seat. That means they're good deals. Red dots, maybe not so much, but SeatGeek will help you find the best deals on seats depending on where it is that you are trying to sit. They're each rated on a scale of 1 to 10. Every ticket is backed by their buyer guarantee. And you guys know I'm here for you. I've got a code for you. Code Kurtz gets you $20 off your tickets. Again, that's code Kurtz for $20 off tickets at SeatGeek. $20 off your first purchase with promo code Kurtz. Make sure you just click the link in the description to download the app and have that code on hand and ready to go. Guys, I'm here to help you out. I've got your back. Hit up my friends at SeatGeek. I'm here for it if Colorado can do it. Colorado is, I think, disrespected in terms of its ability to program build. Defense got a lot better last year. I think they've got a great defensive coordinator. Offensive line started to get a little bit better last year. If Colorado was legit program building here, they definitely could go win that game. Colorado, in terms of the talent composite, when I speak of program building, they're second in the Big 12 in the talent composite. And actually, if you go by average star rating, they would be number one. They just don't have quite as much as the number one team, who I will reveal to you in just a little bit. So go make it happen, Colorado. And finally, Utah at the bottom of this list of the 5 most important teams and games for the Big 12 this weekend. Utah just needs to reestablish itself. And this is a game where you should be able to go do that. Like, think about these two programs as programs. What do you think of UCLA? Just kind of, I'll say it, like finesse and soft and no real identity and just kind of floating around in like 5-7 land as a program right now. I just, there's nothing, not a lot of backbone really to UCLA football. Now they were at times a little better last year than I and most thought they would be. Maybe I should give Deshaun Foster more credit for that. I just don't think of UCLA as a program with much of an identity or a backbone. Utah has that. They may not have had a quarterback the last few years that was healthy and successful, but Utah's got a backbone and Utah's got an identity, and that is being really physical. Okay? Utah needs to go punish UCLA. Utah needs to go out physical them, out tough them, and put it on them a bit. And obviously a lot of that's going to be Devin Dampier too, kicking off the Devin Dampier era. There's been a lot of hype and a lot of talk about the guy this offseason. Here is your first opportunity to go make a statement. Your first opportunity to say, hey, the hype is real. The hype is real. Fuel the positive narrative on the Devin Dampier era. Establish that you are a tougher and better program than what UCLA is, and earn some extra cachet for the Big 12 by doing that. This, honestly, that Utah-UCLA game, to me, is more of a, this would hurt more than it would help if you won. It would hurt to lose more than it would help if you won. This Utah cannot go lose this game. I'm seeing DeRochette. Wow, we got Utah and Wisconsin in here. Utah is going to be a problem. They may well be. And if Utah is going to be a problem, you should go handle UCLA. You should go handle UCLA. That is honestly what I'm expecting to see out of this game. I think this will be the start of the comeback tour for Utah this year with Kyle Whittingham. Okay, so there it is. Those are the 5 games of most importance to the Big 12 this weekend. You've got 3 dogs. It would be great if 2 of the 3 could win. That would be awesome. Colorado is a slight underdog. Auburn is a slight underdog. Cincinnati is nearly a touchdown underdog against Nebraska. You can get a couple of those teams to win and that to hit this weekend. That would be great. That would be great. Any game outside of that I didn't mention, if the Big 12 team is losing, you got some problems. Everybody else should be handling the teams that they are playing. Maybe, Iowa State's got a pretty good South Dakota team. Who's like they're a really good FCS team. And coming back, the travel from overseas, all that, maybe you worry a little bit about how Iowa State handles all that, because that is a lot. But everybody else should be in pretty good shape. And if not, we may have a problem.